Good morning. Welcome to the 5th Annual Digital Access Day. I'm Franca Palazzo, Senior Associate with Orchestra and Acting Director of the the Internet Society Canada chapter for almost 5 years now. The ISCC is a not-for-profit that advocates on behalf of Canadians for an affordable, accessible, safe, and open internet. I'm so proud to be a part of this organization. We have an incredible board of directors who share their time and expertise most generously. We have an awesome policy committee that meet monthly, made up of many of those board members, corporate members, and expert individual members. They meet once a month and they geek out over policy and come up with some of the best submissions for parliamentary committees and the Senate. We're often quoted in the press precisely because our positions are so well thought out and concise. If you're not a member of the ISCC, I would encourage you to go to our website, internetsociety.ca, and you could become a member for as little as $20, and you could feel good about supporting an awesome organization. Before I talk about why we are all here today, I would like to acknowledge that this event is taking place on the unceded Anishinaabe-Algonquin territory. The peoples of the Anishinaabe-Algonquin Nation have lived on the territory for millennia. We honor the peoples and land of the Anishinaabe-Algonquin Nation, as well as all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. So we're so thrilled to be able to do this in person again. Thank you to those of you who are here in person, but we do recognize that there are some who are still not comfortable doing so, so we opted to live stream this event. ISOC Global, the mothership, is streaming this globally, so welcome to those of you who have joined us online. Digital Access Day is our flagship event. We bring together thought leaders from private sector, public sector, not-for-profit, and academia. We believe a multi-stakeholder approach is the most effective way to come up with the best solutions for all of the challenges facing a globe that's racing towards digitizing almost everything. Today we're going to be looking at opportunities and challenges around digitizing the supply chain, how we as citizens and small businesses can improve our cyber hygiene and take responsibility as individuals. And then we have our last two panels of the day on affordability and competition and resiliency. Basically, the battle the ISCC fights regularly is to have increased competition in the telecom space, which we know is the fastest road to lower internet and data prices in Canada. Before I introduce our first speaker, I would like to thank all of the amazing panelists who have agreed to share their time and expertise today. I'd like to thank our volunteers, Georgia Evans, Lolita Lamb, Madeleine Aubin-Gervais, and I would like to thank my board members at the ISCC, especially Brent Arnold and Matt Gamble. I'd also like to thank my colleagues at Orchestra, Lynn Hamilton, Valerie Gervais, and Letitia Scar. The big thank you is to our sponsors, without whom today would not be possible. At the gold level, I would like to thank Beanfield, INT13 Consulting, Sierra, AWS, Deloitte, Google, Orchestra, and CNOC. At the platinum level, big thank you to Two Cows, and a huge thank you to Oxio, our presenting sponsor for today. Oxio is Canada's fastest growing independent ISP. Radically transparent and customer obsessed, Oxio is deeply committed to changing the way Canadians think about the internet. They also have a vision for a telecommunications sector that better serves Canadians. Hear, hear. Here today to speak to that vision is Francis Careau, the Chief Network Officer and one of the co-founders of Oxio. Francis, originally from Quebec City, is passionate about technology, politics, aviation, and cars. He started his career in unified communications, architecting major public projects. Then he ventured into cybersecurity, where he coordinated multi-million-dollar projects. Prior to Oxio, Francis designed a wireless internet service provider. In 2019, he co-founded Oxio and designed the first iteration of the network by himself. Not too shabby. Today, Francis combines his love for politics and technology. He is involved with the government and regulator to represent the interest of all competitive operators and to show the value that they can bring. Francis?
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to apologize for my raspy voice. Maybe the Sunday karaoke night was not the best idea, but apologize for this. Bonjour, hello. Mon nom est Francis Careau et je suis originaire de la ville de Québec. Je réside maintenant ici de l'autre côté de la rivière à Gatineau. En 2019, j'ai cofondé une entreprise qui s'appelle Oxio avec mon partenaire Marc-André Campagna, qui est aujourd'hui PDG de l'entreprise. Hello, my name is Francis Careau with the raspy voice. I'm from Quebec City. I now live on the other side of the river here in Gatineau. In 2019, I co-founded a company called Oxio with my partner Marc-André Campagna, who's today the CEO of the company. Thank you so much for the Internet Society of Canada for having me here today. Oxio is very pleased to sponsor the Digital Access Day, whose mission aligns so much with our own. You might not have heard of Oxio before, since we're Canada's best kept secret in the telecom industry, but trust me, it's going to change today. First things first, Oxio is Canada's fastest growing independent ISP. We pride ourselves on being radically transparent and customer obsessed. We're deeply committed to change the way Canadians think about the internet. Oxio connects Canadians from coast to coast to coast using our own homegrown innovative software that's designed to provide the best customer-centric experience in the industry. Nous croyons que chacun mérite un accès égal aux opportunités offertes par l'Internet, la création d'un environnement de télécommunication qui est sécuritaire, privé, abordable, durable et surtout concurrentiel au profit de tous les Canadiens est essentiel à la réalisation de notre objectif. Nous sommes confrontés par des défis sans précédent et nous nous engageons à travailler avec les régulateurs pour les résoudre. C'est pourquoi nous sommes ici aujourd'hui. We believe that everyone deserves equal access to the opportunities offered by the Internet. The creation of a telecommunication environment that's safe, private, affordable, and most importantly, competitive for the benefit of all Canadians is essential. In achieving our goal, this is why we're here today. It's an honor to speak to you about Oxio and also about our ambitious long-term vision for a healthy telecommunications sector that better serves all Canadians. We've raised over $50 million from investors to make that happen, and we're just getting started. Now we want to help other independent ISP to join our efforts and disrupt the industry. Now, if this is going to happen, we really need a genuine talk about what's going on in the industry right now. We know that Canadians don't trust the telecom sector. According to a report by Edelman, only 49% of Canadians said they trusted telecom business to do what was right for them. That's a very, very small figure. Competition is decreasing, prices are increasing in the worst possible time, in times of inflation. Study after study show that Canadians pay some of the highest prices in the world, sometimes double. We often hear that this is the cost of a strong and resilient network. Well, don't be fooled. Rogers Red Friday left 10 million Canadians without internet access, and they couldn't even dial 911. That's outside of all Canadians, including us in this room, who couldn't use their debit card on the Interact network. What happened to Atlantic Canadians after the hurricane was even worse. Some were without internet for weeks. You know, COVID-19 was a great stress test for Canadian networks as everyone migrated to remote work. Yet Canadian networks did not perform any better as our neighbors. Yet We pay some of the highest price among G20 countries. The narrative incumbents are trying to build just don't work. It doesn't work for Canadians. We all know that the current oligopoly of companies over an essential utility hurts everyone. Le Canada a besoin de politiques réglementaires solides qui appuient un secteur des télécommunications concurrentiel, innovateur, abordable, transparent, mais surtout centré sur le consommateur. La nouvelle proposition d'instruction CRTC annoncée par le ministre de l'Innovation, des Sciences et de l'Industrie, François-Philippe Champagne, est prometteuse. Elle offre la chance au gouvernement du Canada et au CRTC de s'assurer que tous les Canadiens ont de meilleurs services Internet, mais surtout plus abordables. Nous sommes très heureux de voir que le gouvernement reconnaît enfin la valeur des opérateurs compétitifs comme Oxio, mais aussi comme tous les autres dans notre système national de télécommunications. Canada needs strong policies and regulation that supports a telecommunications sector that is competitive, innovative, affordable, transparent, and most importantly, customer-centric. The new policy direction announced by the Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry, François-Philippe Champagne, is promising. It gives to the government and the CRTC the chance to ensure that Canadians have better internet services, but above all, affordable. We're very pleased to see that the government finally recognizes the value of competitive operators like Oxio, but also all the other ones in our nation's telecom system. To fulfill all of the promises that we need to achieve, the government and CRTC must do three things. One, give competitor access to fiber network, but under a regime that will yield affordable services for all Canadians, no matter where they live. Two, the CRTC needs to make faster decisions that enables competitive ISP to innovate. And three, make it easier for new and smaller players to enter the marketplace. At Oxio, we sincerely believe that Canadians deserve an internet provider that they will actually like, and we are committed to being that provider. For us, the internet is all about equal access to opportunity and empowerment. Canadians deserve fair and sustainably priced internet. That's why at Oxio we have no interest in playing games. Everyone gets the same price. Just checking the room. Does anyone here like on-hold music or elevator music? I don't, okay? So that's why with Oxio you don't need to bargain over the phone for hours. There's no contracts. There's no little asterisks or fine prints in our ads. Trust me, you don't need a magnifying glass to look at our ads. There's no shifty pricing and no hidden fees. Our commitment to radical transparency means that we